Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoiint and we are back with our top new games to play, where we're going to cover the best new games which are all releasing in August. We've got couch co-op battles to solo quests, and a few titles that will really put your skills to the test. Seriously though, this month is absolutely stacked, whether you're on PS5, Xbox Series, a PC or Switch. Now let me know in the comments what you are hyped for, otherwise here are the best new games releasing in August 2025. Okay, so first up, I cannot believe that I'm saying this, but Mafia is back. We have waited 9 years for a new game in the series, but this time we are going way back to where it all began. We're talking early 1900s Italy before the suits and the Tommy guns, no flashy cars or city skylines. So you play as a young guy, Enzo, coming back from war, only to find your hometown is knee-deep in organised crime, and as you can imagine, things get messy pretty fast. Expect knife fights, horseback chases, and the old school authentic Mafia vibe. Now I was actually watching some of the early gameplay footage that IGN dropped last week. Don't worry though, there's no spoilers in this video, but the graphics and the details in this game look stunning. Now the devs have already said that they've decided to copy the more linear approach like they did in Mafia 1 and Mafia 2, as opposed to the open world that we had in Mafia 3. So the game will be more story and narrative driven, and I'm gonna say it, but that is a great decision. Now I am pro open world, but I'm looking forward to just playing this game and enjoying the cinematic story, as Mafia games are some of the best movie-like stories that we've ever had. I just hope that they add in a free ride mode where you can explore the world after you've finished. So Mafia The Old Country drops on August 8th, and that's coming to PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Oh, and it's only going to be $50, so not a bad price at launch. Alright, so next up, if you mix zombies, parkour and the fear of nighttime into one single game, you have Dying Light, and this time the third installment in the series, which is called The Beast. And from what I've seen is not just more of the same, although that's not a bad thing. This one's darker, bloodier and has a whole new setting. So if you remember the first game, things didn't end well for Crane. Well, he's sort of back from the dead. After spending 13 years being poked, prodded and experimented on by the Baron, he's back as the main protagonist as a half man, half zombie with some new abilities and a whole bunch of anger issues. And the setting, well, instead of another city landscape, this time is set in a spooky, fog-drenched place called Castor Woods. Think The Walking Dead, but you can parkour your way through the forest towns, dive into the swamps, and kick the shit out of anyone who stands in your way. Now, the devs have said that they wanted the world to feel dense and handcrafted rather than just massive, and it certainly shows. You can also drive through the towns, although the cars do break down fast, and there's not much fuel, so it's probably just as quick to run. Gameplay wise, well, it sticks to what worked in the original. We've got tight parkour, brutal melee, and that signature oh no, it's nearly nighttime vibe. But unlike the previous games, you now have beast mode, where one click of a button mid-combat and you'll be smashing zombies into next week. You can also still play this either solo or up to 4-player co-op, which is 100% the best way you need to play this game. So Dying Light The Beast drops on August 22nd on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. And if you happen to own the Ultimate Edition for Dying Light 2, well, you get this new game completely free. And one for the Metal Gear Solid fans. You remember Snake Eater, right? Well, Metal Gear Solid Delta is a full remake and it looks insane. Now, they didn't just slap on better graphics and call it a day. This is a full-blown, ground-up remake of the original Snake Eater, and it's actually ridiculous how good this thing looks. But the best part, the story itself is untouched. They've not messed with it at all. So we've got the same characters, the same storyline, and the same weapons. Even the same OG voice acting is in this game. So you've still got naked Snake sneaking through the Cold War jungles, hunting, patching yourself up, and blending into that environment. Gameplay wise though, it has been improved. So it's now smoother, has better camera controls, Snake can crouch unlike the original game, stealth elements feel more modern, and enemies are smarter. On the whole though, this feels like a true faithful remake, which is kind of what we all wanted. Like, what is the catch here? Anyway, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater drops on August 28th, and that's coming to the PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Oh, this is a throwback as well. Who remembers playing Gears of War back on the 360? Well, nearly 20 years later, we're getting a full remaster with Gears of War Reloaded. And this feels like a pretty big deal to me, because not only is it coming to the Xbox Series and PC, but for the first time ever, it's going to be on PlayStation as well. That's huge, and certainly follows the trend that we're seeing for more Xbox games heading to the PS5. And from the early gameplay that we've seen, you are not ready for how good this looks. Now, it's kept the core feel of the original game, but it's now been cleaned up. We're talking 4K and 60 FPS for the main campaign, and up to 120 FPS for multiplayer if your setup can handle it. Now, the campaign is still the same too, where you play as Marcus, a soldier pulled from prison to help humanity fight off the Locust Horde alongside your squad. And honestly, it's not just nostalgia talking here, but Gears of War still holds up in 2025. They've even included all of the bonus stuff here from the Ultimate Edition, and it's got proper co-op split screen as well as online. So you can sit back and play couch co-op, or you can go cross-play online with the Xbox, PC and PS5. So yeah, I'm 100% playing this when it drops on August 26th. I just think we can relive those glory days without the fear of the red ring of death. And you like free, right? Like 100% completely free to play games? Well, this next one has been in early access for a long time on PC, but in August, Delta Force is coming to consoles. It's also got full crossplay too, so it doesn't matter which platform you or your mates are on, because you can all play together. Now, for any one of you who used to play games like Ghost Recon, Battlefield, Escape from Tarkov, I think this is going to be perfect for you. And the fact that it's free is a no-brainer to download and at least try out at launch. So it has 3 main modes. There's this big 32v32 mode called the Havoc Warfare. Loads of vehicles, helicopters, boats, operators, classes and loadouts. It's a full-scale war, a bit like the Battlefield games. Then there's Hazard Operations, which is more of a tactical game where you have 3-man squads and you need to loot and extract in order to win the game. And then finally, the full story mode, which you can either play solo or co-op, and that is called Black Hawk Down, which is based on the film. So it's not your usual run and gun game like Warzone or Call of Duty. It's more tight and tactical, and that's why I think it's given me Battlefield vibes more than anything else. I've also not played this yet on PC, so when it does drop on the Xbox Series and PC on August 19th, I will definitely be giving this a go with my usual COD squad. But let me know what you think, and will you be playing this game at launch? Now, if you mix Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and the game Journey, this is what I imagine we'd end up with. So it's called Sword of the Sea, and you literally use a sword as a skateboard, a snowboard, and a surfboard to board across the land, sand, and sea. And this looks proper chill. Now, it's like nothing else that we've seen today, because it's not some high-intensity, ultra-realistic combo trick game. It's about journeying and gliding through the world. There is literally no dialogue at all in this game, as it relies on the atmosphere and the movement to get you through the stages. You can build up speed, hit ramps, ride the walls, and uncover ancient ruins. Now, the team who made this also brought us Absu and the Pathless, and was also directed by the art director who worked on Journey, so you can see why it's got a very similar art style if you enjoyed those games too. So if you fancy a bit of a chill game in August, Sword of the Sea is coming to PC and PS5 on August 19th. Okay, and next up we've got Echoes of the End, which is bringing us a cinematic action-adventure game like nothing that we've seen lately. So you play as Rin in this third-person action-adventure game who's got unstable but insanely powerful magic, and her powers suddenly get kicked into gear when her brother is captured by the Empire. So she teams up with Abram, someone with way too many ghosts from his past, to take on the monsters. But it's not just another sword-swinging action game, as combat combines both skill and magic, illusions, combo moves, and full-blown gravity manipulation. All of which you'll use against the monsters, enemies, and bosses. There's also exploration where you can traverse across the world, frozen ruins, molten lava fields, and icy mountains. And as it's Mika Games' debut, they've clearly put a lot of effort into their first ever release, as it looks very well detailed. Now, I'm not saying it's anything like Hellblade 2 or God of War, but it's giving me those vibes with a Nordic twist. So yeah, Echoes of the End is coming to PS5, Xbox Series and PC on August 12th. And next up, a game that was delayed in May and not one that I've seen a lot of marketing for, is Lost Soul Aside, which is a single-player action RPG. Now, if you enjoy Final Fantasy games or even Stellar Blade, this one is definitely for you with the art style and the aesthetic that we're getting. So you play as Kaisa, a warrior who's on a mission to save his sister's soul from the raiders known as the Voidraks. At least I hope that's how it's pronounced. So you're equipped with an arsenal of weapons as well as a shape-shifting dragon, which you'll need to battle the enemies in the fast-paced combo-filled RPG. Now, the story is going to be linear rather than open world, and there's no denying that this is inspired by the Final Fantasy games, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. This game looks absolutely stunning, and I can see it being pretty popular this month. So Lost Soul Aside launches on August 29th, and although it is published by Sony, it is coming to the PS5 and PC on day one. Next up, if you're on the PS5, we are finally getting the second installment of Hellblade with Senua Saga Hellblade 2. This is the narrative-driven action game from Ninja Theory. Now, this did originally release on Xbox and PC last year, as it is published by Xbox Game Studios, and it scored pretty well, but on August 12th it is coming to the PS5. So if you played the first game, you already know the series does not mess around. It's dark, it's brutal, and it is intense. Now it follows on from the first game set in a mythic version of the 10th century Iceland, where you play as Senua, a warrior haunted by trauma and psychosis. Your village has been raided and you need to free your people from the Norse raiders. And visually, this game looks absolutely stunning. But not only does it look nice, the August 12th update also brings new features to all players, including 60 FPS performance mode, a roguelike style dark rot mode, and new photo mode features too. Oh, and the deluxe edition comes with a remastered version of the original game too. So if you're on PS5, this launches on August 12th, and if you've already got it on Xbox and PC, the update for this drops on the same day with those extra features and improvements. And if you ever play the Shinobi games like Revenge of Shinobi or Shinobi 3, you're gonna love this next one. Because after 14 years, it's returning with Art of Vengeance. And this isn't some cheap rehash either, it's a proper return, keeping that classic side-scrolling ninja action, but with hand-drawn visuals that actually look like you're playing a comic book. I mean, I don't think this game needs much of an introduction, because you'll either love it or you won't. So it's got that classic ninja setup. Something's gone horribly wrong at your village, and now you've gone full ninja fury and you're slashing everything in sight. So Shinobi Art of Vengeance launches on August 29th, and that's coming to PS5, Xbox Series, Switch and PC. And also in August, we have a proper arcade legend rising from the grave, and I'm talking about the House of the Dead 2. Because on August 7th, we are getting a remake. Now, this is that classic rail shooter game that we all used to play at the beach arcades alongside Time Crisis. So you play as agents sent into the city crawling with mutants. We're talking rotting flesh, collapsing buildings, and screaming civilians which you can either save or shoot. But you're not running around freely here like you might expect in other zombie games, because this is the classic arcade on rails, where you've got to aim, shoot, and reload as fast as you can. Now we've got improved visuals, remastered audio, but the original soundtrack. There's even new modes like Boss Rush and a training area that I'm definitely going to need to use. You're also able to play this either local or online, so again, couch co-op game to smash out with your mates. So if you fancy reliving one of those arcade games, you've got House of the Dead 2 Remake drops on August 7th. And that's coming to PC and Switch first, but on Xbox and PlayStation it's showing as later in 2025. And Madden NFL 26 kicks off on August 14th. Now, I'm going to be honest, I've never played an NFL game, so I know very little about it. But every time I don't talk about sports games, you guys pick it up, so here it is. So it's said that this could be their biggest leap forward in recent years, with 500 plus new animations, a revamped stiff arm system, physics-based tackles, and a smarter player movement. I mean, that all sounds great. And reading through the early gameplay comments, you guys seem to love it. Now the franchise mode also gets an update too, with improved coach creation like new head models, gear combos and archetypes, as well as real-time field art, mascots and motion graphics, ultimately making the game feel more like you're watching a real TV broadcast rather than a game. But as I say, I'm not an NFL fan personally, but it looks like a lot of fun. Anyway, this is coming to the PS5, Xbox Series and PC, and for the first time ever, the Switch 2 on August 14th. Okay, then here are the wait, what about games that didn't quite make the cut, but I still wanted to at least mention today. Now, over the last year, it has had so many updates and improvements that, to be honest, jumping in now will give you the best possible experience. So if you're ready for some over-the-top, sweaty co-op gaming with the Starship Troopers vibe, Helldivers 2 drops on Xbox on August 26th, or it's out already on PS5 and PC. And exactly 1 year after it launched on PS5 and PC, Black Myth Wukong is coming to Xbox in August as well. So this is the action RPG from Game Science, where you play as the Destined One, or the Monkey King. And this scored incredibly well last year with the critics calling it a fantastic game. It also sold more than 10 million copies in just 3 days. So although it's out already on PC and PS5, it releases on Xbox Series on August 20th. Oh, and also in August, we have Gamescom. This is the annual gaming event which is held in Germany, where the opening night kicks off on August 19th, where we get new trailers, updates, and first-time announcements for upcoming games. Then there's the gaming event, which runs from Wednesday 20th until Sunday 24th of August, where you can attend and play games, grab loads of free merch, and then queue for hours. I will actually be heading over to this for a couple of days, so if anybody else is going, just let me know in the comments. I'll also cover some content on the channel of the cool games and the tech that I get to see while I'm there. As for PlayStation Plus games, well, at the time of making this video, the August games have not yet been announced. But you do of course still have the July games to download until August 4th. Remember that you can add all of these games to your library even if you don't plan on downloading them today, because they will stay in your library even after the month is over. So yeah, August is absolutely stacked with loads of new games here that I will definitely be checking out. Now Mafia is top of my list right now, as is Gears of War and Delta Force. I do still need to finish Death Stranding 2 though, my backlog is forever increasing. But let me know what games you'll be playing or if there are any big ones that I've missed in today's video. Now drop a nice new games in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And well, thanks for watching, please like, subscribe and follow me everywhere. Until next time.